85,000 euros in only 3 weeks.
And then we have like a second store. We just opened it, I think a month ago or 5 weeks ago. And it's doing even better than this one.
How many profit percentage are we talking about here?
25, 26%, something like that.
So what has been the biggest change for you? Like going to these numbers, what did you do different or what do you feel? Is it more a personal thing where you change your mindset?
So you get more knowledge every single time. Every time I speak with Mels, but also the team. I think the team is really important. Yes, and sometimes it's difficult, man. I don't know about you, but sometimes I still want to interrupt someone or...
Yes, Chris, good afternoon.
Hello, man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? You're calling from Bali today, right?
Yes, always, man. We live in Bali, but I'm doing
Nice.
fine. You?
Nice. Yeah, I'm doing fine as well. I'm calling from Italy today. Usually I'm doing these calls from Bangkok, but I'm still in Italy, traveling back to Bangkok this week, actually. I'm very happy that you're here, Chris, for a few reasons, and we're going to cover that all today also in the conversation that we're going to have together, but mainly because you're already part of Business Belts for quite a while, over a year. We met already personally on one of the Muay Thai camps of Business Belts, and during that time when you were there, your business was completely down because of some issues that you had, but you decided still to come because you were confident that you could get some golden nuggets from there and it could give you more perspective. Now a few months later we're here, you're doing insane numbers, it's going amazing, you're scaling. A lot of things actually happened during that time, so it's going to be very motivational for people that are watching this today because yeah, I think the change that you made is amazing, and also the fact that you told me already back then on the camp, like, yo, no matter what, I will fix it, and we're going to do that interview and I will fly to Bangkok, which you did. I was unfortunately not there, but you met with the coaches. Says a lot about you as a person, right? So I think it's super nice to do this conversation today.
Yeah, amazing, man. We had a long time together already, and we had a lot of downs, and now we finally have some good ups, and we are going up
Yeah.
from here, man. The only way is up from now. Definitely.
Yeah, you're making very decent profits. We're going to talk about that later on. Before we dive into that, Chris, it's maybe interesting for people to do a short introduction about yourself.
Yeah, sure. My name is Chris, officially from the Netherlands. We moved to Bali 2 years ago with our two kids and my wife. I think we already had the life a lot of guys joining Business Belts want to have, right? We lived in Bali, we have ocean view here, we have like a good life. We made online money, but I wasn't like really happy with the job I did. I was in the recruitment business, and I did it like only for the money, I think, lately. In the beginning, I enjoyed it, but later on, it was like not my thing anymore. And then I started 1 year ago with Business Belts to do something I really enjoy doing. And that's something I still do. Sure, there are a lot of downs, like I said, and I have a lot of issues also. But I have like something exciting every day, and I can enjoy myself working in it. And I think that's the reason why I never give up and just go on, man.
Yeah, amazing, man. So it's super interesting because you were already running an, I can say, successful company. That's a fact because I know you were making serious money with that. You had and still have already a good life in Bali. Exactly what you say. You lived the dream life already that a lot of people want before joining Business Belts. You still made the decision to join because you wanted to have a different maybe perspective
Yes.
or a different challenge, right? So what did a day to day for you look like when you were still doing the recruitment work? Like,
Yeah, I
what did you
think
do?
my life quite like if I just look at the hours I work way more now because I hear a lot of people, okay, you can do this in 2 hours a day and make like a shit ton of money. I think that maybe that's possible after a few years, of course. But back then, in the beginning, I had that business for 5 years already. I worked like 3, 4 hours a day, and the rest of the time was just enjoying life here. But like I said, I really didn't enjoy that part of my life, and I didn't see myself doing that for until I was 50 or 60 years old. So I really need like
Yeah.
something else to do and lose myself in, and that I found that now, man.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. So did you ever felt like, because look, normal you would say the normal route is not for me. Like the normal route, basically, staying in the Netherlands and just being in the golden cage. But for you, it seems like you already escaped that golden cage, and then you moved to another country, and then you still felt like you're in that golden cage, even though you could make decent money with only a few hours of work. Like where did that came from?
Definitely, man. I have also HD, I think, so I need some new
Okay.
adventures in a couple of times. So I did it already, like I
Right.
said, 5 years for myself, maybe 2 years
Mm.
before that for like an employee. And after a while, it was just boring. It was just, how can I say that? Just something I did every single day, and I didn't enjoy it anymore. I really need some new adventure in that. And I think something like this, when I was like a small kid, I already liked to sell things. Like let's say getting like a PlayStation at Marktplaats in the Netherlands, sell it for a little bit more, 10 euros more. And that, I really enjoyed that feeling. And that's something I get every single day now with this work, man.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. So, what made you then interested in e-commerce? Because before you didn't know anything about e-com, and how did we get in contact? You found me on LinkedIn, I believe,
No, I think in the beginning, I worked already with Go Digital. How can I say that? From a recruitment company.
but
And at that time, you
but you
told,
found, sorry, but you found me via LinkedIn for Go Digital as well, right? Or not? Like, how did that go? I don't even remember.
I don't know for sure anymore, man. I know that I worked with Go Digital before for my other company. And you told me,
Yeah,
okay, we have like courses and ecom also. And a friend of mine just started like an ecom course with someone else. And he told me, okay, maybe you can join. And I thought, "Ah, let's do that." But at that point, we did it with someone else. And I was like maybe 70% in, and he was maybe 20% in. So that was like a fiasco. I think we did it like 2 or 3 weeks and then we quit already. And
yeah,
then the months later, I still felt okay. I really enjoyed doing that, right? But it was not a good decision to do it together. I think it was not a good timing. We both had like a busy company at the moment, and we just didn't have the focus. And of course, I knew you from that. And I think after a few months, I sent you a message. Okay, maybe we can start with you. Let's have a call. And I think I had the call with Rudy in the beginning.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And after that call, I was like, I transferred money like 5 minutes later, I think, and just started.
Yeah, yeah. And what was for you the biggest reason that you decided to actually get additional help? And why us then? Because yeah, I mean there's a lot of other people out there. You already worked within consulting business basically. What made you then still hopping on that call initially and then also deciding to go for it? Do you still remember that?
Yeah, I think I would recommend to everyone, I think, to get like someone who has already did it, right? If I'm going to do it myself, like I said, I work like 4 hours a day maybe, and time is money also. And if you're going to teach me, it will take me a lot less time than if I have to do it myself. And after the
Yeah.
call with Rudy and also after the call with you, you guys are just chill guys, normal guys, not driving in a Lamborghini on LinkedIn and making selfies of yourself all the time. And I think that connection for me was like really, yeah, the last step to take the step and take the course with you guys.
Nice. So it was just the energy that you felt like, yeah, this is something that aligns with my values and I just want to go for
Definitely.
it.
No, with both
Yeah.
guys, right? I have like
Okay.
Mels and Rudy, and I visit them in Bangkok, and they are just guys I can get friends with also in normal life. They are just chill guys. They are
Yeah.
not like shouting and doing like
Yeah.
shiny stuff and things like that. Just normal guys,
Yeah.
normal vibe, and they are really there to help you, man.
Yeah. I think that is, I mean, not I think, like, this is how Business Belts is set up because at the end, I know that people start initially for Business Belts because of what they see online, and the first person that they see about Business Belts is obviously me. So if they would
Yeah,
see me and think like, hey, this guy seems actually pretty chill, or you start to call with Rudy and you think like, hey, he's pretty chill. If you then start with a business coaching or accountability coaching and the guys are not following our values, the whole
yes,
concept of Business Belts is gone. So it needs to fully align. And you could also
definitely.
see that with the camp or with the camps. You were only at one camp, but I've seen it on the camps that we hosted. The people that you attract with business belts, whether it's a Muay Thai camp or whether it's an offline community event in Rotterdam, everyone is of course, we're all
Yeah.
different, but we're all kind of, chill, easygoing, and all have like the same goal to just work hard and, yeah, make a shitload of money, basically.
No, but I think that's the goal with everyone. I follow some other groups also, of course. I'm like interested in everything in ecom now. But you see a lot of other kind of people. The people who think, if they think about dropshipping or ecom, they think in 22-year-old guys like filming themselves all day, like in the
Right.
pool, at the beach, in the Lamborghini, things like that. And I think what you say, that's not that business belt. Sure, we want to have nice things, we want to have a good life, things like that. But don't want to, how can I say that? show that all the time.
Yeah, it's just
And I
more a
think that's the
mature
difference, man.
approach, I would say. More
Yes,
mature approach.
definitely.
And the average age of business belts is also much older than other communities for some reason, and that's just simply of what we show. So yeah, we're very happy with that. So did you have any doubts when you were starting? And what were the first impressions when you hopped on the calls with them, with the business coaching? Because you have followed already two trajectories, blue belt, eventually went
Yes.
to red belt. But what was your first impression?
To be fair, I didn't have any doubt, man, because when I get on the call with Rudy, I had made my mind up already. Okay, I'm going to do this. If the guy is good, then I'm going to do this. Now, Rudy was
Yeah,
a good guy, so we started. In the beginning, I had some doubts. I think I just messaged you also like in the first week, something like that, because I get like the small video course you guys had, and I think, okay, if this is it, then I paid way, way too much for this, man. And I think all the value is, and I think that's also something different what you guys have from other coaches or courses. It's like all the value is in the one-on-one, right? Mel's my coach. He's going to, I share my screen. He's going to let me see, okay, you can do this, you can do this. And I think that's where all the value is. You can make like a lot of videos, and sure, that helps, but it's still, every time is different, right? If you are going to post something, a new product, it's going to do different than when I'm doing it. And if there's
yeah.
someone who is looking over your shoulder for a full hour a week, that will definitely improve everything and make it more custom for you at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Do you remember the first major shift or skill that you had to learn to adapt to the program? Because I know from also the coaches, and you know it yourself, that you're super stubborn. Which is
Definitely.
sometimes good, right? But at the beginning, it's not always, it doesn't always work in your advantage, I would say. So what was the biggest major shift or skill that you had to learn while joining the program?
For me, but I still have to learn it. I think, like you said, I'm stubborn, but I also have like new ideas every single day, right? If I should do it all over again from day one with zero experience, I would definitely just do everything Mel's told me to do and don't get all those crazy ideas myself. And I tried so many different things, crazy things, and in my eyes, it looked always better. Mel told me, okay,
Yeah,
just keep it simple, just do it like this. And I told him, no, but if I do it like this and a little bit like you, maybe it's way better, man. And then I did just my own thing, and I noticed, okay, it wasn't going that well. And someone else who was doing the course at the same time, he was doing way better numbers, and I was putting in way more work in my eyes. But that
yeah,
didn't work out
yeah.
so good in the
Yeah,
beginning.
you were following more your emotions
Yes,
than the actual
definitely.
data, or yeah. And do you still remember, or maybe sometimes you still see it, like what is the thing that surprised you the most about how the entire system works around e-commerce, or the way that we teach you guys how to actually make money?
Ooh. I think the most crazy thing, and it's not just the money, but it's the scalability, man. It can go so. Let's say when I started the red belt coaching, the second business belt course. Before that, I was just offline, right? I was offline for 3 months, something like that, and I started out with the second one. So I started out with like zero revenue, and the amount we are doing right now, 3 months later, is so crazy, man.
Yeah,
We had like one or two people left from the team we had before we went offline, and now we have like eight people working for us, and we are looking for the ninth, and it's going like in the sixth gear every single time, every single
yeah.
day.
Yeah. So from the moment you joined Red Belt, so for the people that don't know what Red Belt is, it's basically a second level of the Business Belts program. Until now, like how did you scale? You scaled from zero to how much in revenue?
Yeah, I think almost zero, man. Not exactly zero, but I had to make some changes, and maybe that's too technical, but I had to do some funnelage instead of the normal pages. Let's say we did like 10 orders a day, something like that. At
Yeah.
this moment, I think we sold 240, 250 sales, like in one day.
Yeah. So you went from zero to, or like to 10 orders a day to 250 orders a day doing now in
Yeah, something like
what
that. I
when you
think
joined
this
the
month the
second
revenue
program.
is going to be 260, 270,000, man.
Wow, insane.
So
Okay.
that's crazy.
So we're going to do a screen sharing soon, but so before you joined the red belt, right? You were first starting as a blue belt, as a complete beginner with e-commerce. What were the numbers looking like back then? Do you remember that?
I know I had a really difficult time in the beginning. I started out in Germany, I think. I did it for a month. We did some sales here and there, but I think I lost money in the end for the first month. Then we made like
Yeah.
the move to Sweden, and in there it was going a little bit better, but still, and I think it's my fault because I did too much. And after I'm going to finally listen a little bit more, then the numbers were getting a little bit better and we are making some profits. But it's different than now, of course. But I think what I learned over there, and if I just kept doing that and didn't got all the issues I get, then you can get those numbers also without the red belt, of course. Definitely. I think
Yeah.
the red belt is more for building a business around your store. I think that's the most important part from the red belt.
Maybe you could show us now, like, let's do some screen sharing, because this month you say you're going to do around 260, 270k rev, maybe. Um,
Let's see.
so yeah, maybe we can start.
This one we have two
Our,
stores, so I have to share two screens, I think. This
yeah,
one
it's
is
fine.
this one, right?
Yeah,
Today actually is quite a bad day because we had some ad accounts going out. So as you can see, we have like 50%, 40% less orders than yesterday.
yeah.
And let's see this month. So this is for one store now.
85,000 euros in only 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks. Yeah. With how much
And the funny
percent
thing,
profit
this is
margin?
like a store that's already live since the beginning, since I started. And then we have like a second store. We just opened it, I think a month ago or 5 weeks ago, and it's doing even better
Yeah.
than this store.
Wow. And how many profit percentage are we talking about here?
Around 25, 26%, something like that.
Wow, that's amazing. So that's already above 25k only this month.
Yes, for this store. And then we have this one. And I think this one surprised me the most, man. When we started out, like after 4 or 5 days, we already had like a 1K day. And I think this is bigger than the other one. Let me see. Not a lot, but
Whoa,
yeah,
yeah,
92 is this one.
92. And
And you
same
can see in
around
here, we didn't
same
even
same
start it.
profit
So
margins. Is that the same profit
a
margins?
little bit higher.
25%?
I think in this one, it's like 28, 29.
Wow. So this month you're already above 50 in profit, 50k profit.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't check it, but I think around 45, something like that.
Wow. 45k profit only 20 days in July. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good month, man. And we still had like
Yeah.
so much issues this month, so it can be way higher next month, I hope.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So what do you mean when you're talking about issues? Like what day-to-day issues are you facing sometimes?
I think, like I said, for today, and this store is a little less than the other store, but for today, we are working with agencies to run our meta ads. And one
Yeah.
of my agencies, I have like multiple of them, one of my agencies got banned. So all my ad accounts from them were offline for today. So I lost like four ad accounts, or I lost like 40% of the spend. So then you're going to see that in your revenue, of course. But also, we had like a few weeks ago, we had like a ban on our domain. So both of our stores were black like
Wow.
for the full day. So that was also yeah, not really
And then
nice.
you just keep on going, like because also of the help that you get, right? You know exactly what to do.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, man. I really remember something Rudy told me a while ago. He told me, okay, all the issues you have now will make you stronger like in a few months. And when he told me that, I want to slap him because then you're really annoyed.
Yeah.
Everything went south and it was like really bad. But now when we have things like this, we can fix it in a few hours, man. I think all the team and myself worked like until 2, 3 at night. And the next morning it was all fixed again.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. So how are you looking at the overall performance? Like if you see that you now already make, so much profits, 45k already for this month, there's still almost 1.5 week to go. Knowing that you're actually just getting started with the trajectory and yeah, that you're building out new stores, like how do you see it for the potential and for the future?
Yeah, that's something difficult, man. I think there's so much more possible than this. Like I said, maybe this for 2.5, 3 months, something like that. Of course, with some experience from before. But I am always someone who is thinking like big numbers, really crazy. And my wife always tell, maybe if you make like 10K a month, it's good and live with that. And for now, this really exceeded my expectations, man. It's going crazy, and I think next month is going to be way more crazy even. We know how it works now, and the only thing we have to do is double down on the things we know that works. And if you're going to
Yeah.
do that, then you can double this in 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. So what is has been the biggest change for you, like going to these numbers compared to before? Like what did you do different, or what do you feel what is now, yeah, just getting better from your side? Is it more a personal thing where you change your mindset? Is it from a business perspective? Is it knowledge? What do you think?
I think it's multiple things. Of course, it's knowledge. You get more knowledge every single time. Time I speak with Mels, but also the team. I think the team is really important, man. If you're doing numbers like this, you cannot do everything yourself anymore. And we hired so many people. It's like a big casino out there to hire some good people. And
Yeah.
also, we hired like 1.5 months ago, something like that. We hired a Dutch girl living here in Bali, and
Yeah.
that really helped me, man. She's store manager for both stores now, and she is like the complete opposite of me. So she is like really good with data, and she has like really big eye for small details, things like that. And I have like really crazy ideas. I put them to there, over there, and she will look. Okay, we have to do it like this. We have to do it like that, and that really helped me improving the business for now, man, a lot.
Yeah, amazing. So it comes down to team building and surrounding yourself with the right people, basically, right?
Yes, and sometimes it's difficult, man. I don't know about you, but I'm sometimes I still wanna interrupt someone or micromanage a little bit, and that's still
Of
something I really
course.
need to learn. Okay, let's say a small question from a customer support agent, something like that. I don't need to answer that. My store manager can do that, or someone else can check that, and that's something I
Yeah.
really have to learn in the next few months also. To let some things
Yeah.
go and let the team just do it.
So what is like what would you say to someone that, maybe thinks that the dropshipping model is saturated, or there's too much competition out there?
Yeah, that's definitely not the case. And I think I heard you say it before also, e-commerce something that's growing every single month, every single year, I think, and it's going to be bigger. And I also think some people say, okay, drop shipping is like a crazy business model. And then I say, okay, let's say just a normal online store. Is it also a crazy business model? Because it's the same, okay? It's just the fulfillment in the back. The customers don't even know about that. And that's also still a good business model, right? Like the physical
Yeah.
stores are moving away every single day and everything is going to be online. So I think there's way more potential even. Sure, it's more
Yeah.
difficult because there's more competition, but if you're doing it a little bit better than the rest, then it's still a really good business model, I think.
Yeah. Do you believe you would have gotten to these results within this time frame without any coaching from, for example, business belts?
No, definitely not, man. Because it's too much to learn. I think a lot of people think, okay, I'm going to watch 3 or 4 videos and I can do it all myself. But you have to have like a supplier. You have to learn how to manage people, hire people. Where can I find people? Where can I find good products? I think it's way too much to learn it all yourself. Of course, you can do it, but I think if I had to do this by myself, it would have taken me 4 or 5 years instead of like 8 months or something.
All right, Ben. And yeah, like maybe one last thing. Someone that's considering to start with business belts, maybe they have doubts, maybe they've seen us before, they still don't know if they should start or anything. What would you say?
I think if you have the good mindset, because that's also really, really important, because a lot of people say it didn't work for me, or I heard it a lot, man, it didn't work for me. Then I think, okay, you did not work for it. But if you are like really 100% motivated to do it and going to make it work, then you have to definitely give it a shot, man.
Amazing. And what you say about that is true, because also in the community there's sometimes people that struggle with something. Meta is like a pain in the ass, or payment processing becomes sometimes a pain in the ass, and then they think it doesn't work and this is it. But you have literally gone through everything you could imagine. You have gone through meta issues, payment processing issues, Shopify issues, domain issues, company issues, like all what you
Definitely.
could come up with. You have had that, and you went through it. And the thing is that most of the people that start don't even have these issues, but you had them all. And that comes down to what you said. Rudy told you it's gonna make you stronger. And now you see, because now if one of these issues happens, you're like, just another small issue,
Yes.
and you fix it, right?
But that's the case, man, because I'm getting annoyed also with some people now because now I'm doing like big numbers and everyone is saying, okay, I have to do drop shipping also. But those are the same guys who told me like 4, 5, 6 months ago, you have to stop, you have another business, why are you doing
Yeah,
it? It's like a shame of your time, blah, blah, blah. And now they are seeing these numbers and they're saying, oh, wow, really good business model, I have to do it also. Then I
yeah.
think, no, if you find it interesting, then it was also interesting like 4 months ago when you told me to stop.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, love the mindset, man, Chris. Super, yeah, grateful that you're here. Also, thanks for your trust, right? And yeah, as you said, you become also quite close together. Like you see the coaches already as friends and stuff. That's really amazing. That's what we want to achieve in business belts. And yeah, next time when you come to Thailand, we will. I will be there for sure. And then we catch up. But of course, we have a lot of contact via Discord and the community anyway. All right, Chris. See you in Bangkok, then, man. Thank you very much. Stay in touch.